Hey there, friend. Hope you're doing well. My name is Hunter. Today we're going to be talking about being awkward and also this game. This one's called Dungeon Clawler. So the developers actually sent me a free Steam key for this. I was going to say it's going to come out later, but actually by the time you see it, it will already... So it's coming to version 1. It will, when you see this, it will be in version 1 because they have an embargo on the version 1 stuff. So I'm not supposed to post anything on it before then. So yeah, April 30th. Is today April 30th when you're watching this? If you're watching this late, then it's not. Antidote, plastic knife. This all sounds like crap. I'm gonna go with this one. So this game's Roguelike Claw Machine Deckbuilder. So the closest thing to this, a roguelike, a rogue something or another that I've played is Vampire Survivors. Great game. That one actually took me a minute to enjoy, but once I did, I couldn't stop playing for a little while there. And this one seems like it's gonna go the same way actually, because first time I played this, it didn't hook me right off the bat. I'm assuming it's because I just don't play a lot of these types of games, because as you saw on the Steam page, it has very positive reviews, so like I'm in the minority here, technically. Oh, your turn is one damage. I don't have any spikes though. See, this is probably why I'm not enjoying it, because I just don't know how to play. I guess that's something I should mention is one of the big things is the game does not have a tutorial. And as someone who's never played a game like this really, I did not know what I was doing the first time I started playing, and I've only just this is like the second, maybe I think it's the second time I'm attempting to record a video on this, because at first I simply had no idea what to do. I had to pause the recording, go look at some YouTube videos and stuff like that, and maybe that's because, you know, it could very well be because I haven't played a lot of roguelites before, but yeah, gameplay, you know, the big gimmick here is this claw machine. The cards are picking up. This is our deck. This is stuff you can find in the claw machine, then you have to pick it up to use it. It's a deck builder. The closest thing I've played to like anything involving a deck is Wizard 101 back in the early 2000s, back in my day. Other than that one game, what is it? The one on Roblox, I think it's called 21, or I think the name of the game is a number. And that one was pretty fun. I have not played a lot of games like this, especially not ones with a claw machine. You may notice I picked the character with a top hat, and really cool. So things I like about the game, the art style. How could you not like the art style? But this little detail right here, I like that they dared to be different here. And with the hat, they tuck the bunny's ears behind her head. You know, most of the time when you see a cartoon bunny wearing a hat, the ears go through the hat somehow, but no, they were like, no, we're not gonna be typical, we're gonna do something different. And I respect that. Cat's got its butt up in the air, like, look at my butt. Like, it doesn't have a tutorial, but like, you can roll your mouse over stuff and it tells you stuff. Like, it has tips. It just doesn't have a tutorial. If you're used to playing these kinds of games, you probably don't need one. I am not used to playing these kinds of games. But yeah, like I said, it's not a matter of it being a bad game. It's a matter of it just not really being for me. Or at least it was at first. Because, like, I've closed this game out multiple times. One of them was because, like, I just didn't get it. And it's like, I don't know if this is for me or not. Another time was because I got to pretty far into the dungeon and then died, and I got pissed off, to be honest, and was like, okay, I don't want to play this game anymore. And then, like, I've done that a couple times and somehow keep coming back to it. Love the art style, love the animations, obviously. I hear it's got a good soundtrack too. I always turn the music off for these kinds of games because who knows if it's copyrighted or not. Did Vampire Survivors have a tutorial? They may not have had one. But I feel like that one was a little easier to pick up and play. Even Vampire Survivors, I think even with that one, I did put it down for a little bit because it didn't hook me at first, and then later when I came back, I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense now. And then for a little while there, I couldn't stop playing. Right now, I have no desire to play it. Like, I played it that much, or it's like, okay, I'm burnt out now. But for a little while, I liked it enough to put almost 12 hours into it. And then this one, yeah, I just got the game recently, 109 minutes. But we'll see where it goes. On the subject of being awkward, though, and embracing awkwardness, actually, because that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to embrace awkwardness lately. I've been shy almost all my life. I've had spurts of being more social And then I've had relapses. This last one was a bit of a relapse for the longest time. But I've been reading this book about cells. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I've been reading that. And because, like, mostly just because I don't have anything else to read at the moment. I don't see myself being a salesperson. Well, now I'm starting to, actually, because, you know, just reading the books, like, oh, okay, I could see this. Maybe I can use this in my YouTube live. Like, hey, watch this video. Or something like that. I got to the realization, because I've been I read a lot of self-help books, too. But I've read them all as well. I got to the salesy thing. And one of them's called Overcoming Social Anxiety and Shyness, and it goes into a lot of talk about like safety behaviors and stuff. Like a lot of this has been from like just me doing my like own realizations and stuff too, because I did realize like I do overthink things, and then like I was doing some chat GPT therapy too, being totally honest. More of like a self-guided thing, but still got to where it was like, oh yeah, trying to be more impulsive versus overthinking instead of like, you know, if I go and have a conversation instead of like thinking like, man, I gotta say the perfect thing or something like that. I don't want to sound awkward. You know, you just get it 80% of the way there, and you're good. So it was something along the lines of that. I'm not a therapist. I'm very much summarizing, and I very much I'm trying to multitask here. I should really just start like recording gameplay first, commentary second. Whenever I do that, it's more pressure to like edit the video, because like even right now I'm, you know, kind of not stuttery, but like having to think of thoughts and stuff like that. If I do the gameplay first, record commentary later, it's just I guess I'm just lazy on that, because then it's a lot of having to edit out the pauses and stuff like that. Right here you have the gameplay as a safety net, so there's something visual always happening, and it's like it's, you know, you'll see the 30-minute or 1 hour or however long this video is. You'll see that timestamp on the video. So really, you know, you might already be like primed for a really chill video and maybe be more forgiving. But for the other kind of style, I don't know. Oh crap! I should have grabbed that thing with the second claw. I see that now. I'm still learning. I don't know what 201 freaking defense, but look, it goes away at the end of the turn. This is crap I've been learning. I have a story. So, like, at work for sure, I've been trying to embrace the awkwardness, like, because like it's inevitable. Because I've realized, as someone who has very little social practice, like I guess normal people get their social practice, like, you know, in school for instance. What the crap is it doing? I don't like this. Actually, today was a really good day for socializing. I projected my voice more, for starters. A lot of times if I'm passing by someone at work, stranger, whoever, something like that, really quiet. Today I got a lot better at saying, hey, it's still there, good morning. Or like someone would tell me, morning, Hunter, and I'd be like, morning. Like, I'd say it with a little more enthusiasm, a little more, you know, projection. That's been good. But no, the thing that was really, I think part of the reason I got that way is because of the other day. So another game I covered, All Hell the Orb, really invested in this one too. Ran into a really bad bug on it, because I finished the game, but then I was going to go back and replay it, because they wiped everyone's data after they released the public release. I got like a early like playtest version of it or something like that, and ran into this bug. Oh crap, we're about to die. So like, it's an incremental game. I need that context. And so like every, oh crap, every so many points or so, you have to feed the this obelisk thing. Let's just call them points. If you're not familiar with the game, we're gonna call them points. And there was this bug where like, even if you had the right amount of points to feed it and get to the next stage, it would only let you feed it up to a certain point. So for me specifically, it wanted like 5,000 of these devotion points, but I could only give it 3,000, even though I had over 5,000. And other people were running into that issue, which is sad, because it was only the second day the game had been out. Mainly just a small group of developers. I think it was a 4-person team and only like one programmer. And the programmer was asleep because they, they pushed out a hot fix. I'm like, all right, this is good. I'm going to bed. So I went to the Discord server. I was gonna report it, and then like they had this thread with like 50 messages in already. It's like, even there, like usually I'd get there and be like, oh, someone already reported it. I'm not even gonna send a message. But I went ahead and said like, hey, I was gonna say the same thing, but it looks like you're well aware. And they're like, yeah, we saw that. And it's like just super incredibly freaking nice people. I don't know what I'm getting here. I'm not even gonna look at it. I don't care anymore. They're actually very appreciative of that, and like, had a lot of other people in there. Like I said, it's 50 messages, and we're kind of going back and forth, like trying to. We're kind of playing detective there because we didn't know what to do because the developer had already gone to bed. The guy we were talking to is their marketing guy. He's able to do like some of the Steam side stuff, but he doesn't touch the code and stuff like that. He had mentioned that the game was made in Unity, so I was like, okay, let me go talk to ChatGPT. I was gonna like, I think a couple other people might have gone there too. Like, all right, let's see if we can figure this out. Couldn't figure really well. I mean, ChatGPT put out some like some what it could be, but for me, someone who is not really a game developer, I didn't really know what it meant. I didn't know like what to send forward or what not to. And plus, like I said, it's just the marketing guy. He wouldn't have known what any of it was either. So, and anything we were sending was mainly for when the programmer woke up the next morning. But I did get to like, I asked ChatGPT the question because in Roblox there's this thing you can do. If you're playing a game, you hit F9 and it pulls up this developer console, and like if a bug or something happened, it shows it. It has like a little error message or something, and it's supposed to like help the people actually know what they're doing, fix that stuff a little easier. They're able to pinpoint it. So I asked ChatGPT if there's something like that for Unity or Steam or anything like that, and not quite like that, but it did tell me about how to pull up like a player log. So I found that, but like there were, like I said, there were other people talking in there. So I was like, man, is this even going to help them? I don't want to like seem like a noob. And I was thinking to myself, I don't want to send this and look like a noob or like, Hunter, that's not going to help or something like that. Just a lot of self-doubt and fear of being awkward. I went back and forth with ChatGPT on that one. Like, would this genuinely help them? And ChatGPT is like, yeah, this is the kind of stuff developers love. And like, for one, I'm skeptical because I'm awkward, but also, because ChatGPT is a world-class butt kisser anyway, so that didn't help any either. But yeah, after a little bit, I finally just like, okay, I got it in the text field on Discord as a message, and I was getting ready to send like, all right, how do I do this? So I got the player log, and I got my build number because they were talking about build numbers on Steam, and I put that in the message. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna send it like this. First, I was gonna say, okay, I'm not a developer. I don't know if this helps or not. But I'm gonna throw it in here. Hope this helps. And eventually, I was just like, basically just said, nope, still running into the bug on my end. And that's all I said, and included the player log. And that message almost instantly got a heart reaction from the marketing guy. He was talking to all of us. Pretty cool, like, that's not how it typically happens, but in that particular case, I got some nice instant feedback, and it was pretty nice. This thing reminds me of... What does that remind me of? At first, I was thinking Domo. This right here... I think it's going for a Venus flytrap. For me, it reminds me of the Pokemon Cradilly. Cradilly, if you're not a Pokemon fan or whatever, it's like this fossilized Pokemon. So like in the original game, you get to the fossils and you can pick between Omanite or Kabuto. But in Gen 3, in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, you can pick between Lileep or Anorith. Special thanks to Stray Fawn Studio for letting me try their game. Link to the Steam page is in the description if you want to try it out. It's on mobile, and I think it's also on consoles, or it's coming to consoles. Hope you have yourself an awesome day, my friend. Bye.